Hi there, thanks for tuning into Dear Sybersue. Today's topic is flaws and all, dating confidently after 40. Dating after 40 plus can be very difficult for a lot of people, especially if you've been on a hiatus for a while, you've been in a relationship, you're coming out of one. You just had no time getting to understand all the new dating scenarios that are in place. And a lot of women I've spoken to can be very freaked out about trying this because they're insecure about their physical appearance. They don't like the fact that they've gained weight or they've got more wrinkles, and they just feel like, what's the point? All the guys want hot, younger women. Well, the one thing that I have spoken to men about is the thing that they like the most about a woman when she's confident with her body and her appearance, regardless of size or age. Now, I know you're probably sitting there saying to yourself, now that's a bunch of BS. But it isn't BS, because a lot of men just want a woman who understands who she is. She's confident with who she is. When she walks into a room, she has a presence. She's not sitting there worrying about whether her hair is perfect or she's a size 6. She gets it that this is who she is and this is who she's presenting. Men like that. There's a lot of men who have insecurities as well, but they just don't always share them. I feel that we have got so much emphasis put on our appearance that it's sabotaging our happiness. We all have insecurities, every last one of us. And if you can remember that when you go out on a date, it's going to serve you better, because you're going to be sitting there saying, okay, well, they're also nervous about this, or they're freaking out about something about themselves. The trick is, don't draw attention to what bothers you. If you're feeling, oh my God, I've aged 20 years in the last 5 years and I don't like the way I look, do something about it to make yourself feel better. Don't focus on your flaws. Don't talk about them. I have spoken to so many people who tell me that, well, if I let them know all these things about me right away, then I'll get it over with. First impressions are lasting impressions. Why do you want to tell them the worst things about yourself? Tell them the great things. Be a fun person to be around. This is what makes dating good at any age. And if you are out dating after 40, 50 plus, just understand that the best thing you can do is present yourself how you are as a fun person. That's what will get you the second date. And the guys I've spoken to said that to me, that when they meet somebody who's fun and playful and confident in their own skin, regardless of size or age, that's what wants them or makes them want to see that person again. They enjoy the company of that person. And that's what's missing today. There's so much importance put on how somebody looks. And I'm noticing that a lot of people are starting to look alike because they're getting the same cosmetic surgery or the same enhancements. People need to just sort of settle down a little bit and learn how to like themselves. When you're on a date, the one thing that you want to take away from it is that person actually likes who they are. That's refreshing. I want you to think about this when you go out on a date, when you're in your 40s, 50s, and plus, that you're not 25 anymore. Well, that's obvious, but you're so much more self-aware. You've lived life. Some of your body changes are because you have lived life. That is a really good thing. That gives you so much to talk about to a potential partner. If you've been through emotional drama with a past partner and you've been getting over it and it's still a little difficult, don't be hard on yourself, because most likely anybody that you're dating has had emotional trauma or sadness themselves. That just means you both knew how to love at one point. That's a good thing. That's life experience. You know what doesn't work for you, and you know what you're looking for now. This is a bonus that younger people don't have because they don't have that experience behind them yet. There's so many things that you can do to change the negative attitude or dialogue that keeps popping up. I get it. We're all older. We all have situations that we don't necessarily like about ourselves because we've had years to grow these insecurities. But you've also got years of wisdom, and that's what happens when you get older. If you don't like how you look, there's something about you that's frustrating you, change it up, whether it's a new haircut or some stylish clothing. If you don't know how to do it, go into a store and ask the clerk to say, can you just help me find something fun that suits my personality? Everyone thinks, oh, it's not age appropriate to do this or to do that. Who made up that archaic rule? Do what you want. If you want to dress a little sexy, do so. Just be careful. If you're too provocative, you're going to attract the different type of people you might not want. So dress appropriate for what you want to bring toward you. Own your fashion sense. Walk into a room proud. Walk into it like you know who you are. Whenever you're giving yourself a hard time about your appearance and getting older, look around at the people you admire. Are they flawless? Do you even notice basically their whole body image? Or is it just their confidence that's standing out to you and makes you look at them and admire them? When I look back at some of the people in my life that I just look up to or I just think are so special, they're not perfect. They're not flawless. Everybody has their stuff. We all have things we would like to change. When someone is true to themselves and authentically happy about who they are, it's so refreshing because it's a confidence that shines. It's not cockiness, it's confidence, and there's a difference there. You want it to be where you are presenting yourself on a level that people can relate to, because that's what makes people want to come back to you and see you again, because you are interesting, you're fun, and you're real. And today there's a lot of people out there that aren't real. They think they have to be somebody else to be loved. This is where there's such a disconnect when people are dating, because they think everything has to be perfect or they have to be perfect. Some people think the person they're dating has to be perfect. The trick is getting out there and meeting people and seeing if there's somebody that you will eventually connect with. I think it's totally worth it, and I'm happy that there's online dating for people now, because as you get older, it's harder to go to establishments that suit older people. So this is a win-win for a lot of men and women. It's scary, it's new, and it can be very intimidating. Ask for help. Don't try and do it all by yourself if you're new at this. Don't give up on it because you're a certain age either. Everyone deserves love at every age, and don't forget that. Don't get stuck in that place where you don't feel that you're worthy of it, or who's going to want to be with you because you're older. There's all sorts of older people out there who feel similar to you. The one thing that I've been noticing on social media is there's a lot more grandparent style TikToks and YouTube channels and things out there now, because people are understanding. They don't want to be invisible. They don't want to disappear because they're older. They're understanding that age is a number, but it can be a fun number. It doesn't have to mean that because you're older, you've got to give into age stereotyping. This ageism stuff is a bunch of crap as far as I'm concerned. And as I say, when I'm most attracted to people when I'm outside walking around, to the people that are older and having a great time. That to me is very encouraging. It makes me feel like We're getting it. We're starting to separate the demographics and trying to pull it all together, that we're all valuable, we're all worth something, and we all have something to offer. So when you're going out on a first date and it's been a long time for you getting back out there, understand that confidence is number one. When you walk into the room and you're fun and you're personal and you're smiling and you've got things to talk about, it will be an automatic response back from them. They will be able to talk and answer you so that there's no dead air, there's no uncomfortable silence. Go equipped with at least a few fun things to talk about that maybe you've done in your life or you want to do in the future. Even if you don't have a connection with them, you're gaining new experiences. And if they don't connect with you but you like them, don't look at it as a rejection, because you're not going to like every single person you date either. It's important to remember that the people you are dating probably have the same fears that you do. They just might not be talking about them. Always be mindful of not talking negatively about yourself to yourself. Confidence doesn't come from erasing your flaws. It comes from owning them. Thank you so much for tuning into Dear Sybersue today. Please subscribe. Please leave any comments to help other people with their dating life after 40. And please click like on the video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.